Hello student. In this video, I am going to solve the most expected question in JEE 2020 from qualitative and quantitative analysis of an organic compound. Let me solve the question one by one. See the first question here. Which of the following compound gives blood red coloration when its Lysagnes extract is treated with alkali and ferric chloride? So here they are given the option, that is the thiourea, diphenyl sulfide, phenylhydrazine, and also they are given the which in the benzamide. Okay, let me solve the question here. So see this one here. Thiourea, its formula is NH2, that is the C double bond S, and again we are having a which one, the NH2. Okay, so here, and the next thing is the diphenyl sulfide, the phenyl, that is the C6H5 sulfide, that is a diphenyl SC6H5. And next thing is what the phenylhydrazine, we are having NH2, and next thing is what the NH, here it is what the single bond C6H1, this is a phenylhydrazine. And the last one is what the benzamide is this one, that is what the C6H5, and here it is what the CONH2, it is an amide functional group. Okay, now see the particular thing here you have to identify which gives you what the blood red color. Okay, this is what the blood red color. Okay, so when it is treated with the what the particular is what the ferric chloride. Now let me solve the what this one here. So this is the what the particularly what the Lysagnes test, which is used to detect the what the nitrogen, sulfur, and halogen present in the which one, the organic compound. Okay, so now in this case this is an organic compound which is containing both sulfur and the which is the what the nitrogen. Here we are having a sulfur, and here we are having which is the nitrogen. So now during the what the sodium fusion extract, the carbon which is containing a sulfur and also the which is the nitrogen, they fuses with the what the sodium. So and here it gives you what the sodium. So here we are going to get the sodium thiocyanate. So this is the what the sodium, we are going to get the which is the word the thiocyanate. Okay, so this is the word the particularly what the extract, that means during the sodium fusion extract we are going to get this one. When this one is treated with the word the ferric chloride. Okay, see the particular the compound what you are going to get here, we are going to get the which is the word the ferric thiocyanate. Okay, that is the word the CNS, this is the word the thrice. Okay, this is the ferric thiocyanate. This gives you which is the word the blood red color. This gives you which is the word the blood red color. Okay, so see the what the particular the what the options here, that is what the thiourea, because it contains both nitrogen and the what the sulfur. But here it contains only the sulfur. Here it contains only the nitrogen. Here also the nitrogen. That means if the organic compound containing both nitrogen and sulfur, here we are going to get the what the blood red color. So due to the formation of the which one, the what the ferric. So this is the word the ferric thiocyanate. So due to the formation of ferric thiocyanate, you are going to get the particular the color. Okay, hence the option is the word the A. So why it is the word the A? Because it contains both nitrogen as well as the word the sulfur. But the rest of the compound contains only the one element, the particularly word the sulfur. Here we are having nitrogen. Here also we are having the nitrogen. Okay, so let me move on to the next question here. The next one. An organic compound contains carbon 74%, hydrogen 8.65%, and nitrogen 17.3%. Then its empirical formula is, okay, they are given the particularly what the percentage of an element here. See this one. The first one is a carbon, hydrogen, and next thing they are given the which is the nitrogen. Let me take the particularly what the percentage here. We are having 74. Here they given the what the 8.65% of hydrogen and 17.3% of nitrogen. So according to the what the rules and regulations, you have to divide the what the percentage of element by its atomic mass, and here we are going to write the what the 1, and here it is a which one, that is the what the 14. Okay, if you do the calculations here we are going to get that is the what the 6.1, and here it is the what the 8.65, and here we are going to get the which in the 1.2. And next thing is whatever the value you are going to get in this one, you have to divide it by its the lowest value. The lowest value is the which in the 1.2, and here also the which in the what the 1.2. So here also the 1.2. Okay, and now you just go to this one here. Here we can identify as the what the 5. Here the approximations will be the what the 7. Here it is the what the 1. So now we got the empirical formula, that is C5H7, and the next thing is the what the N1. Okay, so we got the which in the empirical formula, hence in this case the option is, that is the what the C. Okay, so next one. Okay, see the third question here, the third one. If 0.228 gram of silver salt of dibasic acid gave a residue of 0.16 gram of silver on ignition, then molecular weight of the acid is. Okay, so let me write you the particular the given conditions here. Okay, so that is about the mass of silver salt, the mass of the silver salt. So what they're given in this case is the what the 0.228 gram. So this is the first one. And next thing is the word, again I'm going to write the word the given, that is your the mass of silver. Okay, let me write you the particular symbol here, that is your the 0.162 gram. And also they're given the word the basicity, that means the word it is a dibasic acid, hence the basicity is the word the 2. Okay, so this is the given conditions. Okay, in order to calculate the molecular weight of the acid, the first you have to identify the equivalent weight of the salt. Okay, so let me write this one here. Okay, that is the mass of this salt. So the mass of, okay, silver salt, I'm going to write the silver salt here. The mass of the silver salt divided by, that is the mass. Okay, again you have to take the which is the mass of the which one, the silver. Okay, so which is equal to which is the equivalent weight of silver salt. So here we are going to get the equivalent weight of silver salt, so divided by the which is the equivalent weight of silver, equivalent weight of which one, the silver. Okay, so what is the mass of the salt they are given, that is the 0.228. okay, divided by mass of the silver they are given is the 0.162, which is equal to, we don't know, we have to calculate this one. Let me write the word this one as the E. So divided by the equivalent weight of the silver is the 108. If you do the cross multiplication, the equivalent weight of the salt here we are going to get, that is which is the 152. Okay, we got the word, this is the equivalent weight of silver salt. Okay, let me calculate the which is the equivalent mass of the acid. So let me write this is the first one here, and this will be the second one. Now I am going to calculate, that is the equivalent weight of an acid. Okay, so the equivalent weight of an acid, which is equal to, so equivalent weight of salt, equivalent weight of salt, and next thing is the minus. Okay, here you have to take the minus equivalent weight of silver minus the, sorry, this is the plus the basicity. So remember one thing here, the basicity what we are going to take, that is of not for this one, because in the general if you're talking about the acid, it releases, the acid means what, the proton releasing tendency. So if it releases the one proton, that means the basicity is the 1. Okay, here so basicity we have to take for the which in the final in order to calculate the molecular weight. Okay, here the basicity is the 1. So what is the equivalent weight of the salt we got, that is the 152. So what is the equivalent weight of the silver? We know that it is a which on the 108. Here the basicity is the 1. Okay, don't take this one. Okay, and finally we got the value is, that is the 45. Okay, see the next one here. So now and finally we are going to calculate the molecular weight of the which is the acid. Okay, the molecular weight of acid, so which is equal to we have to identify the equivalent weight, the equivalent weight of an acid, so into basicity. Now here I have to take the basicity, that is the 2, because we are talking about the molecular weight of that by that is the dibasic acid. So here the 45, the basicity is the 2. So finally we got the value is the 90. Okay, hence in this case the option is C. Okay, so next one, 0.0833 mole of carbohydrates of empirical formula CH2O contain 1 gram of hydrogen. The molecular formula of the carbohydrate is, okay, let me write the particular the given conditions here. Okay, so 0.0833 mole of carbohydrates, okay, so this much of the mole. Okay, so now we have to identify this much of the particular carbohydrate as hydrogen. So this is the given conditions here. So this is the hydrogen as hydrogen, that is the which is the 1 gram. Okay, this is for the 0.0833 mole. Suppose if it is the 1 mole, suppose if it is the 1 mole of carbohydrates, suppose if it is having a 1 mole of carbohydrates, what is the mass of the which is the hydrogen? Okay, so now we have to calculate the mass of the hydrogen here, that is, so 1 into 1 divided by the 0.0833, and here we are going to get, so here we are going to get the what, the 12 gram. That means this much of the what, the mole of carbohydrate contains 1 gram. If it is 1 mole of carbohydrate contains which is what, the 12 gram. So here what you have to calculate is the molecular formula. Okay, in order to calculate the molecular formula, we have to know what is N. Okay, so N is nothing but the which is what, the molar mass. Okay, molar mass. Okay, so to the which is what, the particular is what, the empirical formula mass. Okay, so what is the molar mass of the hydrogen in the 1 mole of carbohydrates? That is, we got the word the 12. Okay, empirical formula mass, just go to this one. In this CH2O, in the empirical formula, the hydrogen is the word the 2. Okay, hence the word the mass becomes the word the 2, the N, that value, that becomes the word the 6. Okay, so now the next thing is the word we have to calculate the word the molecular formula. We know that molecular formula which is equal to empirical formula into the word the N. What is the empirical formula they are given here? That is the word the CH2O, and you have to multiply by the word the 6, and here we got, that is the word the C6, that is the word the H12, and the word the O6. Okay, so finally we got the answer. In this case the option is the which one, the D. Okay, so next question, see the next question here. So 116 milligram of a compound on vaporization in a Victor Meyer's apparatus displaces the word the 44.8 ml of air measured at STP. The molecular weight of the compound is, okay, so now let me convert the word the milligram into the word the gram. That is 116 milligram, which is equal to 0.116 gram. Okay, so now generally we know that, so 22,400 ml, so which has the what, the molecular weight of the compound, molecular weight of the compound. Okay, or else in the what, the simple way we are going to call it as a which one, the 1 mole of any gas. 1 mole of any gas contains the which is the 1 gram molecular weight of that particular the compound, displaces the what, the 22,400 ml at STP. Okay, so instead of the what, the 1 mole, or the instead of the, what, the gram molecular weight, I took the what, the molecular weight of the which is the compound. But during the experiment, there is a liberation of the which is what, the 44.8 ml. The mass will be the which is what, the 0.116 gram. Okay, we don't know what is the molecular weight here, so that means if we do the cross multiplication, that is what, the 22,400 into 0.116 gram, okay, divided by the which is what, the 44.8 ml, and here we got the which is what, the 58, that is what, the gram per mole. Okay, so hence in this case the option is the which one, that is what, the C. Okay, so see the next one here, the next question here. An organic compound contains carbon, hydrogen and oxygens in the proportions of 6:1:8 by weight respectively. Its vapor density is 30. Its molecular the formula will be. So let me write the particular the given conditions here. The one thing is they are given the what, the carbon, and the next thing is what, the hydrogen, next thing is which one, the oxygen. What is the percentage of the carbon for the in this one is 6. Percentage of hydrogen I'm going to take in this form here, that is what, the 8. Okay, so in the next step you have to divide it by its, that is what, the atomic weight, and the atomic weight for the oxygen is what, the 16, and here we got, so this is what, the 0.5, and here it is what, the 1, again here also we got the 0.5. Okay, and now what you have to identify in this one, you have to multiply by the what, the number, so as to get the nearest whole number. Hence here we got C1 H2, and the next thing is what, the O1. So here we got the empirical formula. Now we have to calculate the molecular formula. In order to calculate the molecular formula, so we are first you have to calculate the what, the N. N is nothing but the which is what, the molar mass. So molar mass divided by empirical formula mass. Molar mass divided by which one, the empirical formula mass. So molar mass is you have to calculate here, because they are given the vapor density. So we know that molecular weight which is equal to 2 into vapor density. So vapor density, the value what they are given is what, the 30, hence we got the what, the molecular weight, that is what, the 60. So now 60 is what, the molar mass or the molecular weight, and if we do the what, the empirical formula, we are having a carbon 1, so 12 into 1 again plus the what, the 2 plus the what, the 16, and here we got the what, the 30. That is the N value what we got is what, the 2. Okay, and now the what, the molecular formula which is equal to, So empirical formula into N. So now here that is what the C1H2O1, okay, is multiplied with the what the N value is what the 2. Then finally we got C2H4 and the what the O2. This is the what the molecular formula. In this case the option is the which is the what the A. The option is A. So next one. The Lissagnis extract of the para-nitrochlorobenzene is acidified with dilute nitric acid and then treated with the which is the silver nitrate solution. Okay, the white precipitate formed is due to. Okay, just go to this one here. Okay, so let me write you the particular the compound here. This is the para-nitrochlorobenzene. Okay, so para-nitro. So let me write you the chlorobenzene, and in the para positions we are having a which one the nitro group. Okay, just identify this organic compound contains the chlorine as well as the oxygen. But particularly this test. Okay, this test which is used to detect the which is the nitrogen, sulfur and the halogen which is present in the organic compound. But here we got the which is the chlorine as well as the which is the nitrogen. Okay, so now see this one here. Whenever during the extraction, during the sodium fusion extractions here, so if the chlorine is present in the organic compound, they changes to which is the sodium chloride. If the nitrogen is present in the organic compound, that means during the sodium fusion extract we are going to get sodium cyanide. Okay, but see the next one here. Whenever it is acidified with the dilute nitric acid, then it is treated with the silver nitrate. Okay, so whenever if you have the this compound in the SFE, whenever it reacts with the silver nitrate, see the product what you are going to get. The one thing is we are going to get the silver chloride. And another possibility is also we are going to get the silver cyanide. That means we are going to get the precipitate of both silver chloride as well as the silver cyanide. See the one more concept here. We are not going to boil with the silver nitrate, nitric acid. We are not going to boil. So we are not going to heat. Just only we are acidifying with the dilute nitric acid. We are not going to boil. Suppose if you boil the entire mixture, this will be that will be changes to which in the hydrogen cyanide. That means this sodium cyanide, whenever it reacts with nitric acid, when you boil this one, so just go to this reactions here. So this sodium cyanide which is present in the SFE, whenever it is boiled with the nitric acid, okay, whenever if you boil this sodium cyanide, that will be changes to which is the hydrogen cyanide. This is the gas. But here we are not boiled with the nitric acid, only we are acidified. Hence we are going to get the precipitate of silver chloride as well as the silver cyanide. When you boil, suppose if they given, so suppose if it is boiled with or heated with dilute nitric acid, so this will be escaped. The remaining is sodium chloride, that will be reacts with silver nitrate to give the silver chloride. Okay, hence in this case we can identify both silver chloride as well as the silver cyanide. Okay, so next one. The positive, this is the Beilstein test for halogen shows that. Okay, so this is the one of the test. Okay, just go to this one here. So this is the test. So how do you perform the test? The first thing you have to take the which is the copper wire. Okay, just go to this one here. Okay, this is the particular the flame here. Okay, now see this one here. So here first thing you have to take the which is the copper wire. So this is the copper wire, and we have to heat particularly the copper wire. Okay, so until the copper, whenever it is burns, there have to be changes to which is the copper oxide. Okay, so how do you identify whether it forms the copper oxide? Because whenever you ignite the particular the copper wire, so here we have to get the which is the only the which is the non-luminous flame. Okay, so and later on this copper wire, okay, this copper wire, so we have to dip with the which is the organic compound, the given organic compound. Again it is subjected to the which is the particular the flame. Suppose if you get the which is the green, there's the bluish green flame, this is the green colored flame. Okay, suppose if you get the which is the green colored flame, that shows the the presence of the which is the halogens. Okay, but see the one more drawback here. Okay, it not only answers for the halogen which is present in the organic compound, but some of the halogen free compound. That means we can identify the halogen free compounds, like we are having a which on the urea. So and also we are having which is the thiourea. So thiourea, and also you may have the amides also. Okay, because this will be contains the which in the nitrogen, sulfur as well as the nitrogen, and here it is the nitrogen. Okay, but here this compound does not containing a which one, the halogen. Hence what you are going to call the halogen free compounds. Okay, but this also, whenever the what the this copper wire, so this will be treated with the what the urea, here you may get the which is the what the cuprous cyanide. Okay, this is also answers the which is the what the green flame. This also answers for the which is the what the green colored flame, even though it does not containing a which one, that is the what the halogen, but still it is answers for the which is the what the these compound here. Hence it is not a which is the definite, does mean the halogen is definitely present. Okay, that means halogen may be present. Okay, it is not a confirmation test for the which in the halogen. Okay, it is just a what the detections of the which in the what the halogens. Okay, this is the one you have to remember here. Okay, the Bilstein test is the what the test which is used to detect, the what the halogen, but it is not a confirmation test, because sometimes we can identify the halogen free compounds like urea and the amide, that is also answers in the what the Bilstein test. Hence it is a halogen may be present, it is not a confirmation test. Okay, hence in this case the option is which one, the B. So next one, a mixture of the what the benzene and chloroform is separated by, okay, just identify this one here. So you are having which is the what the benzene, and also we are having which is the what the chloroform. Okay, see this one. So generally we know that the boiling point will be around the which is the 80 degrees Celsius, and here you may have the which is the around the 61 degrees Celsius. Okay, just identify this one. The mixture of the benzene and chloroform, you see the we can identify the large difference in the boiling point here. Hence it can be easily separated by the which is the simple distillation. Okay, so now the next one, in the estimation of the sulfur organic compound on treating with concentrated nitric acid is converted to. Okay, so we know that is an estimation, is not a detections here. If the organic compound containing a sulfur, and now we are going to reading with the which in the concentrated nitric acid, we know that the concentrated nitric acid act as a oxidizing agent, they act as a which in the oxidizing agent. So hence the sulfur is oxidized to which one, the sulfuric acid. The sulfur is oxidized to which one, this is what the sulfuric acid. Okay, so this is the what the particular reaction which is taking place during the which one, the estimation of sulfur by the Carius method. Okay, hence in this case the option is the which one, that is the what, C.